Hey, what's good, everyone? All right, going to do all 50 states, one poker vlog in all 50 states. Here's the thing, I'm out here in Renton, Washington right now because I drove 3 hours out here to Portland. I went to three different poker rooms. I went to Fortune, they didn't allow me to record. And then I went to Caribbean, they didn't allow me to record. And then I went to Muckleshoot, and they don't even have poker anymore. So I'm out here in Palace Casino, and I'm not even gonna ask them to let me record or not. I'm just gonna try to sneak it. They have 1-3 no limit for max buying $300. So I'm gonna try to sneak in this recording session. Hopefully they don't kick me out. I did not drive out 3 hours here to get no content. I'm gonna get this poker vlog just for you guys. So hit that like button because there's a possible chance I might get kicked out. But wish me luck.
I belong to you.
I belong to you.
Do just what you want.
Tonight, I go play at the Palace Casino in Renton, Washington. I buy in for the max $300. I get my chips and head to the table. One of my very first hands in the session, the button raised at $10, and then I look down at ace queen offsuit in the small blind. This is a 3-bet just about every time, but since I literally just sat down, I ended up just making the call. I want to get a feel for the table first. The big blind calls, and then we go 3 ways to a flop. The flop's a pretty good one. 7-4 queen with 2 spades, and I got top pair with top kicker. Action checks to the button, and then he bets out $20. I make the call, and then the big blind surprisingly raises it to $60. The button folds, and then when action's on me, I'm putting my opponent on a flush draw, maybe a straight draw like a hand like 5-6. So I just make the call and we go heads up to a turn. The turn's the ace of clubs, now give me top 2 pair. I check to the aggressor this time, and he bets out $75. I do think about just making the flat call here, and then letting my opponent keep barreling in case he's bluffing. But if he is on a flush draw or a straight draw, I want to charge him the maximum. So I rip it all in for $193. My opponent then asks for a count, but then eventually folds. I'm okay with my play here. I would hate to see a spade on the river, and then if he rips it all in, it would just put me such in a bad spot. But I take down this decent sized pot. The very next hand, I look down at deuce 4 diamonds on the button. A few players limp in, and when action's on me, I raise it to $15. 2 players call, and then the hijack goes all in for $61. Psh, you think I'm gonna fold Kobe? Gamble, gamble, baby. Only I make the call, and we go heads up to a run out. I even tell my opponent, your aces are good. Your aces are good. Huh? Your aces are good. We go to a run out, and the flop is ace deuce 3 all clubs. The turn is the 5 of spades, now hitting my straight. And the river is the 6 of diamonds. My opponent quickly flips over pocket aces. That's it? Just pocket aces? That's cute. You ain't no AA Ron. You Aaron tonight. I showed a deuce 4, and we're good. And we stack her. Yes, Kobe, baby. This next hand, I look down at ace 7 hearts under the gun and raise it to $16. 2 players call, and we go 3 ways to a flop. The flop's a good one. 9 of hearts, deuce of spades, and jack of hearts. And I flopped a nut flush draw. Action checks to me, and I c-bet for $15. And then the player to my left snap clicks it to 30. The big blind folds, and I just make the quick call for just $15 more. The turn's the king of spades. Now I feel semi-bluffing with a hand like queen 10. He just got there with a straight. I check it over to the aggressor, and he puts out about a pot-sized bet, $75. It's hard to put him on a flush draw since I have 2 hearts and the ace of hearts in my hand. So what can he really have here? He could have a hand like we just said, queen 10, maybe jack 9 or a set of deuces. If our stacks were a lot deeper, I'd make this call. But with the pot being so small and I don't have much invested in it, I think the better play long term is to make this fold, as I probably only have 9 outs on the river to be good. So I just make the fold, and my opponent never shows, so we'll never know. But moving on. In this one, I straddle $6 under gun, and then seat 1 goes all in blind for $76. Okay, before I continue with this hand, seat 1 for the last 30 minutes has been saying that he's gotta go home, and that he's just gonna be going all in blind until he gets unstuck or gets stacked. I like it. I like it. Gamble, gamble, baby. Everyone else folds, and when action's on me, I tell my opponent I haven't looked yet.
I haven't looked. Let's look together.
I didn't flip over. Pocket nines. Hey, okay. Easy call. And I flick in my chip and we go to a run out. My opponent shows a6 offsuit, so I just need to avoid 3 outs and I should be good. And what do you know? The very window is the ace of spades. Of course he just flops one of his 3 outs. Then the jack of clubs and then the deuce of spades. This always happens, I swear. The turn's the 8 of diamonds and the river is the king of spades, and I double them up. And this is why you don't call people when they go all in blind. It's almost impossible to beat. Playing someone that goes all in blind, your luck is pretty much the same as if you're playing against someone that needs a 1 outer on the river, and then they get up from the table and start packing and getting ready to leave. You just know they're going to get there every time. Sheesh. Nice hand, but I do, man. Okay, moving on. I look down at 10-9 offsuit under gun +1 and raise it to $11. 3 players call and we go 4 ways to a flop. The flop is a fun one. 7-4-8 all offsuit and I flop an up and down straight draw. Action checks me and I do a small C bet for $10. Only 1 player calls and we go heads up to a turn. The turn's a deuce of diamonds and I lead out for $20 this time and he makes a quick call again. The river is a 3 of clubs and I miss my draw. Well, I can't win with 10 high, so I bet $50 and my opponent quickly folds. I have no idea what he has, but I'm glad I got this little bluff through. Maybe he had a hand like 9-10 as well. I feel like if he had any pair, he would have called my ass because this board is so dry. Like, what am I really representing here? But hey, I'll definitely take it. Okay, for this one, remember earlier in the video I said seat 1 has been going all in blind and just trying to double up or go home? Well, he's still been doing it just about every other few hands. So when there's a $6 straddle under the gun, I look down at the boys, 8-8 Ron, and I just make the flat call, hoping seat 1 goes all in blind again. The player to my left calls, and then seat 1, snap, folds. Didn't even want to try and steal all the dead money in the pot, huh? Damn. I really thought he was gonna go all in, just trying to steal all the dead money. But now we go 4 ways to a flop, being out of position, with pocket aces. Great. The flop is a pretty good one. Queen, ace, king, and I flop top set, and I'm only losing the 10 jack here. When action checks to me, I bet $8 and only the player to my left calls. The turn's the queen of spades, and now I have a full house. My opponent doesn't have much behind, maybe like $70, so I bet real small, $15. He makes the call again, and the river is a 3 of spades, now bringing in the backdoor flush. I hope he just got there on the river. I didn't put him all in for the rest of a stack of $53, and my opponent announces flush and slides in a stack. I didn't flip over the boys, 8-8 Ron, and we're good, and we stack them. Not too much longer, I look down at king jack of spades in the cutoff position and raise it to $16. 2 players call and we go 3 ways to a flop. The flop is 6-4 queen all offsuit, and I don't have much here, but when action checks to me, I c-bet for $15 and only 1 player makes the call. Heads up to a turn, which is a 10 of spades. Okay, I can work with that. I now have a royal flush draw. So when action checks to me, I bet $40, but now looking back, I definitely could have sized up. I mean, come on, I have a royal flush draw. I'm gonna get there on the river. See you on the river. He quickly makes a call again, and the river is a 7 of hearts. Damn, how do I miss that completely? So sad, I just break all 15 outs. I needed any spade, a 9, or an ace. I probably would have had the nuts. But when he checks it over me for a 3rd time, I felt weakness, and I can't win with king high. So I bet out $125, and my opponent snap folds. Whew, alright. I'm glad I got this little bluff through, and I take down the pot. Just a few hands later, I straddle $7 this time, and seat 1 is back at it again, and goes all in blind. Everyone else folds, and when action's on me, I do the same thing. I tell him I haven't looked yet, and let's look together. I didn't flip over my cards. 9-3 offsuit. Yeah, Easy fold, but good. I did not want no smoke with seat 1. He's doubled up twice now and just running so lucky with these blind all-in flips. I love it, but moving on. A whole orbit goes around and I straddle under the gun for $6. 2 players call, and then I look down at the boys again. 8-8 Ron, and raise it to $26. Dang, it's been a minute since I got pocket aces twice in one session. What's the most times you guys got pocket aces in one session? Comment down below and let me know. Only 1 player calls and we go heads up to a flop. The flop seems pretty safe. 7-4 deuce with 2 hearts. Action checks on me and I c-bet for $20 and he quickly calls. The turn to 3 hearts now brings in the flush draw and a couple straight draws just got there too. It sucks that I don't have the ace of hearts, but when action checks on me, I decide to check back because I would hate to get check raised here. The river is the 10 of clubs, which shouldn't change much. This time my opponent leads out for $30. I'm never raising here, and I'm also never folding here. But I don't even think about it long. If you got it, you got it. But I make the quick call. I show the boys, and we're good. And we take down another one. And just like that, I rack up my chips and call it a night. Alright, just got done with the session. And guess what? I didn't get caught or kicked out. Thank goodness. I would have been so salty today if I drove 3 hours from Portland and just got no content. Because I tried out 3 different poker rooms before this, and all of them didn't allow me to record. And one of them didn't even have a poker room anymore. So, things I would do for you in the poker vlog. So, hit that like and subscribe button, because I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of hard to focus this session. I was really just trying not to get caught. But that doesn't make an excuse. I still didn't play all that well, but I ran pretty good tonight, so I'll take it. But just like that, one more for the books. I'm trying to do 1 poker vlog in all 50 states. So, Washington, check. I was in for the game for 300 and out for 520, so up 220 bucks. So, solid win. Definitely be a nice ride back home, which I gotta go home right now. So, thanks for watching and see you on the river in Washington, baby.